The first step is to check the appearance. Observe whether there is a falling part of the bumper on the front and back of the control board. If there is, replace the dropped device directly. The second step is to observe whether the chip is burnt. If there is, replace the burned chip. U2 chip and U3 chip are the easiest to burn. The third step is to observe whether there is dust accumulation on the front and back of the control board. If there is, use alcohol or environmentally friendly cleaning agent to clean up. After observing the appearance of the control panel, we do resistance testing. Test the resistance of U2 input and output. The resistance value of U2 input terminal is about 23 kiloohms. The resistance value of U2 output terminal is greater than 80 kiloohms. Now the resistance value of the input terminal is tested. It does not matter if there is a slight deviation in the resistance value. It can be around 23 kiloohms. Then we test the resistance of the output. The resistance value of the output terminal can only be greater than 80 kiloohms. If the resistance of the output or input is 0 or too small, we do not recommend powering up. When power on, it may burn out the CPU of the control board. If the resistance value is 0, it is recommended to replace U2 or U3 directly. After measuring the resistance value, there is no problem with the resistance value. The third step is the power on test. Our control board is powered by 12-volt DC power supply. 12 volt is input by serial port via U3 chip. Convert 12 volt to 5 volt. Supply U2 and U5. Let us measure the voltage of the U3 chip. The input voltage is 12 volt. The output voltage is 5 volt. Then the U2 chip converts the 5 volt input voltage into a 1.8 volt output voltage. U1 chip and UD2 chip are provided. The U1 chip is our CPU. UD2 is our DDR. Let us measure the voltage of U2 chip now. Five volt input. 1.8 volt output. The U5 chip divides the 5 volt into 4 voltages. Supply L1, L2, L3, L4 respectively. L1 is 3.3 volt. L2 is 1.5 volt. L3 is 0.9 volt. L4 is 1.2 volt. Let us test it separately. This is the L1 3.3 volt. L2 1.5 volt. L3 0.9 volt. L4 is 1.2 volt. It doesn't matter if there is a slight deviation. The 3.3 volt of L1 supplies the U1 chip and the U1 chip. The 1.5 volt of L2 supplies the U1 chip and the UD2 chip. The 0.9 volt of L3 supplies the U1 chip. The 1.2 volt of L4 supplies the U1 chip. When L1, L3, L4 module voltage is wrong, we can consider one is that there is a problem with the module itself. The second is that there is a problem with the U5 chip. The third is that there is a problem with the U1 chip. When the power supply voltage of the L2 module is incorrect, what we can consider is that there is a problem with the L2 module itself, problem with U5 chip, problem with the U1 or UD2 chip. Similarly, U2 or U3 chips are also considered in the same way. Finally, let us talk about the U1 chip. U1 chip is a fan control chip. The fan control on the control board only has U1 chip and U1 chip. When there is a fan alarm on the control board, Replacing the U1 chip has no effect. We are considering the U1 chip. Now the maintenance of the control board has been explained. Cut off the aluminum sheet of the CPU part of the control board shell. Cut into a large square. Look at it like this. The purpose is to allow him to better heat the CPU base. Put the control board on the housing and fix it with screws. Then on the heating table. Simultaneous heating with heating table and air gun. 320 degrees Celsius for heating table. Then put the control panel on it. 380 degrees Celsius for heat gun. After heating the heating table for 2 minutes, use a heat gun to heat for 1 minute at the same time. Mission accomplishment.